SharkyBreath.
He plays video games.
Hello and welcome back to Horizon Forbidden West. I realize I'm tempting fate by hanging out in a camp with two NPCs that really wanted to talk to me, but I figured I would come over by the base because I was a long way away at first. And you know how it is, I can't actually warp to the base, so I have to do the best I can. Yes, what's up, Ruka? Ruka? What's your name? What's your name? Ruka. Nice. All right, let's talk. Talk. I can say words.
You should know the rebels have been busy.
I do know
They set
that.
up outposts to the west.
Uh-huh.
Some settled into a camp southwest of here.
Okay.
And I know the marshals can't deal with all of them. So
Yeah, I mean,
I'd
there aren't
stay
that many
alert
of them
out there
yet.
if I were you.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks for the warning.
Another rebel camp, sure. Shining Waste South, you got it. I'll bear that in mind.
Posts might stop the rebels from killing more of their own.
Maybe.
I can lend the marshals a hand.
Okay, whatever you say. Fire bristlebacks, I don't remember those being here before. Also, there's green shine down there. Did I just never check this out? Oh, I'm facing the wrong way. I'm going the wrong direction. I see how it is. Return to the base. That's what I want to be doing right about now. Returning to that base. And I did debate warping to the campfire on the other side of the base, but I wonder if there's going to be a scene when I run up over here, since, you know, I did send Kotalo this direction. He might still be outside for some reason. Time passes weirdly in this game, you know? You never know what's going to be going on when you get to... This is the wrong place, isn't it? You never know what's going to actually happen off screen, what's going to just wait until you happen to stop by before it actually takes place, you know? That's what I'm trying to say. What is that and why is it floating? Oh, it was just the top of a sign, basically, that had not been properly loaded just yet. Very good. How do normal people get up here? Just climbing, I suppose? I guess. Great! I'm back. Hello. Someone's right on the other side of the door. Or apparently not. Further in than I thought. Okay. Deliver ether to Gaia. Well, maybe I will, but first, let's see how Kotalo's settling in. Hey, see? A scene! A scene's happening. I knew it.
Like this?
Aaron!
Oh, you're not waving a hammer around, Aaron.
Guess I haven't been back in a while.
Touch.
Hi.
And my big sausage fingers don't really do gentle, okay?
I mean, that's true.
Bring it back. Trace the line to your right. Other right.
There you go. You've done it. Maybe.
I just saw it. It's the one Aloy found up north.
What are we talking about? What's going on?
They call it a concussion beat party or something. Yeah, now that's music.
I don't think that he can probably hear what you're listening to.
Aloy.
Hi.
Aaron, you're all better. And you're here.
Indeed. Hi.
Well, the world only goes on if you can do your thing.
I suppose.
We learn fast enough. We help make that happen.
I guess. That looks really out of place
all
on
the
your
backup
temple.
you can get, right?
Right.
We still have much training to do, of course. One does not become hunter in a day.
Why are you talking like that, Varl?
Each seed grows at a pace of its own. Doesn't mean it
Oh, is that
won't
just how
bloom.
Zoe talks and you're picking it up from her?
You should know your Tanakh friend arrived.
I was wondering.
Kotalo.
I heard their warriors drink people's blood. I want to sleep with one eye open.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for the warning, Aaron.
I think he's seen enough blood for a lifetime.
Oh, probably.
I showed him to one of the rooms. He seems to appreciate the privacy.
I'm not surprised.
Looks like you've got things under control. I should get this to Gaia.
Right. We'll keep on training. Catch up as fast as we can.
Okay, good
I'm
luck.
seeing glyphs in my dreams already.
I mean, yeah, welcome to the club, I'm sure.
While you've been off gallivanting around,
Me?
I've been working with Gaia to find out more about the land gods.
Okay.
So from where I'm standing, you're in need of some training.
Wait, he's been
Come along.
gallivanting? What's going on?
Okay.
Cool, sure. Not awkward at all, thanks. Hi, Aaron. How are you? Good to see you. You want to talk? No? No, not right now? Okay, that's fine.
I would have taught you the song if I didn't like the way you sing it.
So you like hearing me butcher Utaru music?
I sure don't. You sound like a dying long leg.
Does this happen all the time, or is this just because I'm here? Who knows? They all want to talk to me, though. Hi, Aaron. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. How's your ribs? Better?
Hey,
Oh, hi.
Hey,
a nice place.
Thanks.
well, it's not like I built it or anything.
Barely did a thing, in fact.
Right. Well, I can see why you Well, you had your doubts about bringing us along.
I mean,
It is a lot to take in.
it's true.
But don't worry. That's nothing I can't handle.
I just didn't want to have to teach you myself on the road while killing rebels, you know? That sort of thing. You're training?
I see Varl gave you a focus.
Well, it doesn't look as fashionable on me.
I agree, but strangely.
By the Forge, the things I've been able to see.
It's very convenient.
Granted, a lot of them are bad, you know, the old world ending and such.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around most of it, but
Yeah, it takes some
I never
doing.
really understood how you were ever able to find my sister back in the Sundom.
I cheat.
And now I do. Sort of.
By cheating.
It makes me feel like I could be useful. You know?
Yeah,
It takes some time, but yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Something like that. Companions.
How are you settling in?
Varl's been helping me get the lay of the land when he's not getting all tongue-tied.
He does that now,
I
it's
don't know
true.
who makes him more nervous, that Gaia lady or our new Utaru friend.
Oh, probably both.
Well, what about the Vanguard? Aren't you supposed to be back east, ordering them around?
I sent some of them back to Meridian with a message.
Uh-huh.
I doubt Avad will mind me sticking around to help the savior of Meridian.
I mean, I guess I feel like you wouldn't necessarily need to, like, not... Like, you don't need to just send them... It's fine. I would have done the same thing. You're absolutely right. Companions.
So, you've met our new Tanakh friend.
He's, quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I thought his people were supposed to be bloodthirsty maniacs.
Yeah, you think a lot of things.
Shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you trust him, so do I.
Neat. Maybe we're going to talk about Zoe. Is that what this last one is?
So, Talana came by the base?
Oh, Talana. Right,
Well,
right,
I
right.
rushed through. I was hoping she'd stay for a drink at least.
Well, you weren't even here by that time.
Encourager I've ever met who's any fun.
Oh,
But it seemed like she had more pressing matters to attend to.
I see. I haven't seen her recently, so I guess I don't know what's going on. She was hunting some person, I guess. I don't know where she went. The Zeniths.
I guess you know what we're up against by now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When Varl first told me those bastards come from the stars, I thought he'd eaten too many of those medicinal berries.
Oh, you can never eat
But
too
I've
many.
gotten used to seeing impossible things, thanks to you. I
Hooray.
just wish they weren't always trying to kill us.
Yeah, me too.
You and me both.
Mm-hmm. All right, bye.
I have to go.
As
I
always.
guess it's back to reading.
You must love that. Okay, how you doing, Varl? Let's chat. Hi.
Oh, this place is starting to come alive.
Yeah, and Gaia placed all the data she got from your focus into that archive room.
Archive
With
room.
the focuses you gave us, we'll be able to access it at our own pace.
That's a
You
lot
know,
of text you got
learn
there.
And train.
Okay.
If you need us, we'll be there to fight at your side.
Neat.
Got it. Thanks, Varl.
You're training.
How's, training with Zoe?
You know we really are training. Mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Look, she reads glyphs faster than I can already. I'd be a fool to refuse her help.
I suppose.
Of course.
We're just poking fun, I guess. It's fine. It's fine. You want to... Apparently you have more to say about this? Sure.
You guys reading something over there?
We just finished going through all the logs you collected back in Nora territory and All Mother Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to imagine that my ancestors were trapped inside without the knowledge from Apollo to guide them.
Yeah, it wasn't a great
Thanks to
deal.
Ted Pharaoh.
He's a great guy.
I wonder how it must have felt when they were finally free. The world must have seemed so beautiful.
And overwhelming, I have no
Not to mention
doubt.
terrifying. They weren't much more than kids.
And they became an entire tribe.
Somehow. That's all we have to say about it. Companions.
I'm guessing you've spoken with Katalo?
I wanted to pay my respects for those who fell when we were ambushed at the embassy. Told him I'd never seen anyone throw themselves at a machine like he did.
Oh, you've seen me, though.
He said a warrior shouldn't be praised for fulfilling their duty.
Yeah, he probably
For a
did.
second, I thought I was talking to my mother. Never thought a Tanakh and a Nora war chief could have so much in common.
You should introduce them sometime. Slight awkward pause at the end of that phrase. That's fine. Companions.
I'm guessing Talana didn't stay for long?
You got that right. Makes you wonder what this Amadis guy did to grab her attention.
I suppose.
Whatever it was, she didn't tell me.
Not yet,
Must be
anyway.
quite a story.
I guess.
I guess she'll tell us when she's ready.
Presumably. More companions.
How's everyone handling their focus?
And we all have our difficult moments. Errant definitely curses the most.
That is his job.
But I'm hoping Oseram's stubbornness prevails.
I have no doubt of it. More companion stuff.
How's everyone doing?
Just taking it all in. No one snapped their bowstrings yet.
That's good. I guess. Is that an euphemism for losing your mind? I'm not sure. The Zeniths.
Looks like I was wrong about the Zeniths. Their ship didn't explode on its way to Sirius like everyone thought.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw how they lied about creating a better future at their launch facility.
Mm-hmm.
Guess they lied about what happened to their ship, too.
Shocking.
But still, a tribe settling amongst the stars.
I couldn't put a single dent in their shields, Varl. That one Zenith almost killed me.
Yeah,
That
it
didn't
did
stop
a couple
you from
times, I think.
resurrecting Gaia. Won't stop us from using Hephaestus against them.
That's enough.
Hopefully. That's apparently it. Bye, Varl.
Think you can hold the fort while I'm gone?
If Aaron stops listening to the same music over and over again, maybe.
Certainly you must be able to mute it on your
We'll be
end.
fine.
I have to imagine you can make him listen to it in the privacy of his own head, but, well, maybe I'm wrong. It is Aaron, after all. Hi. Do you mind if I stand here? Is that okay? We can't talk from here. Okay, got it. Hello.
Varl looks happy about his training partner.
Learning is best done together.
I suppose. No more comment on that matter. Okay, you're training.
I see you've settled in.
Gaia did say this place was built for us. So we could regain control of our lands with her terraforming system. Nurture them like the land gods do Plainsong's fields.
Something like that.
It does strike me as odd that a place of life should have so much metal.
That's how it lasted 1,000 years, but, you know, such is what we've got. Companions.
You've spoken with Kotalo?
A few words. Tenakth don't have much use for us outsiders. You must have made quite the impression for him to offer his fealty.
I guess. That's all you have to say on it. Okay, that's fine. Anything else to say about anybody else?
You've been getting to know Aaron, I assume?
Of course. Any friend of Varl's is a friend of mine.
Very convincing.
In this case, a very loud friend.
Yeah, he does that. It's fine, though. Okay, bye.
Right. I should probably go.
Yep.
I shall return to our training then.
You do that. All right. Well, let's have a look at the archive room, I guess.
Aloy, we've gathered some supplies in that chest. Take what you need.
Sure. This chest here. Superior supply cache. What we got? Well, take all button. Thanks.
Looks like the old ones used.
I guess I'll just take everything. Do you have any need for any of this stuff? Probably not if you put it in the chest.
Looks like someone's made this space their own.
It sure
I
does.
see you found Varl and Zoe's room, Aloy. I believe they wanted private accommodation.
Ah, look at this.
I see.
Wow. They have quite the setup going here, don't they? Yes. Yes, indeed. I'll excuse myself. This is not my business. You okay, Aaron? You okay? He's fine. He's fine, probably. I need to go to the... Oh. Kotalo. Oh, they did give you a thingy. Cool. Hi.
Aloy.
Hello.
It's good to see you. I'm guessing you've got a lot of questions.
I've been told of our enemy and their intentions.
That's good.
Your friends showed me to the vision you keep in this place. Gaia.
That's one word
and
for it.
Gave me this focus. I don't pretend to fully understand everything.
Takes time.
But all I really need to know is where to train and when to fight.
Sure, sounds good.
Welcome to the team, then.
You're training.
What are you looking at over there?
The others have been helping me decipher the symbols the focus shows me.
Oh, right, illiterate.
So, I thought I'd try to understand the weapon you intend to use against the enemy. This Hephaestus, it will be able to make machines? That answer to Gaia?
I mean, it's currently making
Yes.
machines as we stand,
many?
but...
As many as we need.
Such power. Has the world ever seen the like?
I could not say. Let's talk about the Tenakth. You and the Sky Clan.
You said the Bulwark was your home a long time ago. That you were part of the Sky Clan.
Yes.
Don't want to talk about it? We
You're
good?
gonna tell me?
That's all he's gonna...
Fine.
Okay.
As you wish. My parents were killed in a clan skirmish, so I was raised by my squad. As I grew older, I came to be known as an accomplished fighter. Tekote took a special interest in me. I fought by his side against the Karja, and led my squad on a dangerous climb into the Daunt.
Gotcha.
It was I who opened the gates at Barren Light.
No kidding.
From the east side, allowing the Tenakth to raise it.
That must have gotten you some attention.
I would imagine.
Indeed. I was welcomed home as a hero, and I was content.
For the time being.
And why'd you leave?
I became a marshal.
Oh, right. That would make sense. Why did you become a marshal?
Why did you leave the Sky Clan to become a marshal?
I was sent to the Kulrut by Tekote.
Back when he used to do
then,
that?
I would have obeyed his every order. I believed in him, like one would a father.
Depends on the father, really.
I was too blind to see the fear in his eyes. Fear of a rising young warrior challenging his command of the clan.
Oh, that kind of...
a hero from the battle at Barren Light. But to him, I was only a threat. Never occurred to him that I had no interest in rising above my station.
Got it, yeah. People with a lot of ambition do tend to assume that everybody else has ambition as well, which makes them feel safer to make that assumption. I don't know. I have no ambition, I couldn't say. Tekote's scheme.
Why did Tekote think you wouldn't be a threat to him if he sent you to the Kulrut?
Tekote knew that if I survived the Kulrut, I'd be forced to forsake the clan to serve the Tenakth as a whole. I'd never be allowed to challenge his command, even if I wanted to. After our victory at Barren Light, Tekote spoke to our people, said it would be selfish to rob Hikaru and the marshals of a warrior like myself, even though he knew perfectly well I had no intention of ever leaving.
I hadn't noticed...
It was exile, guised as an honor. One he knew I couldn't refuse.
Well, I know a thing or two about exile.
I became a marshal and never looked back.
Until we had to walk back there with me.
I am not. Though it pained me at the time, a marshal is what I was destined to be.
Up until now, I guess. I hadn't noticed that you have spikes in your chest piece there that go right up next to your neck. Like if you leaned your head to the one side or the other, you would pierce yourself in the neck. That seems weird. The wings of the 10.
When we were at the Bulwark, the guard said something about the wings of the 10. Hikaru also mentioned it at the Kulrut. Dekka, too. What does it mean?
The visions tell us that the 10 flew on great metal machines with wings.
Yeah, I kept one from crushing Hikaru.
Leapt into battle from the sky.
Yeah.
For us, to imitate this feat is the ultimate expression of martial prowess.
Okay.
And it is why the challengers leap into the arena during the Kulrut.
Oh, okay.
Many times I imagined it as a child. The feeling of freedom. And the awe it must have inspired.
So you'd like to go skydiving is what you're saying? I wonder if that can be arranged. Chief Hikaru!
What did Chief Hikaru say when you told him he'd be joining me here?
You spilt rebel blood at the Grove and helped reunite the clans. There was little more to be said. He understood.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Well, I'm honored he lent me his best marshal. At least for a little while.
He said for the rest of his life. Like when he said that he was going to help me, he said for the rest of his life. A little while. Back. The Zeniths. Let's talk about that.
Now that you know who the enemy is, do you have any questions?
I'll admit, I find them hard to grasp. From the heavens. And invulnerable.
I mean, that's what it was.
For now.
Well, we're working on it.
Leave the strategy to you.
Okay.
I trust you will point my blade where it will cut the deepest.
At the moment, no place will cut at all, but yeah, I'll work on it. Companions.
You've had some time with the team now. Any thoughts?
I admit, I was surprised to see Nutaru here.
Well, why?
Farmers don't make for effective soldiers.
Well, I mean...
I'm told she rallied some in her tribe against the Karja.
Yeah.
And fought all the way to Barren Light.
That's what I hear.
Interesting. Perhaps I'm mistaken.
Well, I'm glad you at least take it in stride. That's actually kind of encouraging that you didn't, like, question it when I said it, too. Well, neat. Anyway, if you have a team that's all soldiers all the time, I feel like you're going to be a little bit unbalanced, is all I'm saying. Anyway, cool. Bye.
I should go. Feel free to check in on Hikaru and your people. Door's always open here.
It's true.
I will.
Great.
May the 10 walk with you.
Oh, sure. Interesting how that salute from the holograms has been sort of shifted into a different form. Guess that makes sense that that would happen. Oh, you're actually in the room with the fabrication terminal, which is what I need. Okay, let's see here. Wide Maw Override. Crafted that one. Yes, please. And were there any other that were ready? No. No. Did I not actually get the parts I need for the rollerback one? I must have used them on something. I'm an idiot. Did I get a primary nerve? I might have not gotten a primary nerve. Well, I do need to kill a rollerback in the near future, so I'll just try and bear in mind that I need that, I guess. Wait, why can I not? Oh, I just didn't have a quest to do that. There we go. Skydrifter done. Ravager done. Bellowback, I don't really have much in the way of parts right now. And I used up my Snapmaw sack webbing as well, so I can't do any of these three. But these are still some welcome additions to the team. Ravagers are great. Overridden Ravagers are freaking great. So that's a good thing. That's a great thing, in fact. All right. Let's see. Anything else I need to take care of around here before I go talk to Gaia? I feel like no. So let's go visit Gaia? Huh? I mean, yeah.
Why? Yeah, it beats me.
Who are you talking to?
Probably meant something to them. As it does to my people and the Tanakh.
Uh-huh.
I just think my face says it all as is. That's all.
I mean, literally.
It does.
Yeah, pretty much. Hidden, yeah, hidden, what do you want to say? Dig? Hidden criticism of Erend there. Not particularly well hidden, but then again, Erend is not the sharpest knife in the drawer, so that's just fine. Hello, Gaia.
Aloy,
Hi.
when you're ready, please merge ether with me.
I would be happy to do exactly
Afterwards,
that.
I must discuss an important matter with you.
Sure, I suppose. It looks like you want to talk about some other things first, though. Maybe not? Okay, alright, well, let's just go ahead and do this then. Get it done! Oh, I should have changed the background for while we were talking. I'm an idiot. It's fine. We'll figure it out soon. Look at all that water and birds. Just scoop it all right up in there. Very nice. Lovely. Ether kernel merged.
So, what did you want to discuss?
While you were away, I received an unusual transmission on my dedicated Aletheia frequency.
I don't know what that is.
Aletheia. That's one of the sub-functions you couldn't detect before.
Oh.
Yes. The transmission occurred so slowly that at first it seemed like an accidental blip of data amongst background static.
Hmm.
Once I noticed this irregularity, it took some time to collate the complete message.
Okay, so you think you've located it? Oh, just show it to me. You said that,
Coordinates.
SOS and beware.
Where does it lead?
To a mountain to the northwest of this facility.
Really? Well, that's good
Word of
news.
Caution, Aloy.
Mm-hmm.
It is possible this transmission is genuine.
Uh-huh.
It is also possible it is being broadcast by someone or something else.
It certainly is
Think
possible.
It's actually Aletheia?
I am uncertain.
What's SOS?
Save our souls.
It is an old world code. A distress signal. A desperate plea for help.
Mm-hmm. Aletheia.
Why would Aletheia send a coded transmission on a frequency only the two of you can communicate on?
You just answered your own
I
question,
believe it
Aloy.
was done as a precaution to avoid detection.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least to create the appearance of the desire to do so.
Yep.
I am also uncertain why Aletheia would expect that I would be able to detect and respond to its distress signal at all.
Maybe it's been there for a while.
As far as it is aware, I no longer function.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so either Aletheia is in trouble and sent the message hoping you were out there,
Mm-hmm.
or someone else is trying to get us to go to these coordinates, pretending to be Aletheia.
Right.
That is my conclusion as well.
And as for who would know about that, yeah, Zenith is a possibility. I feel like another possibility would be Silence, but we're not going to discuss that right now. Could it be the Zeniths?
Could the Zeniths be sending the transmission?
According to the data I reviewed on your focus, the Zeniths recovered the other Gaia root kernel in the Hades Proving Lab.
Yes.
It is feasible they used it to gain access to my internal frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe they sent it thinking you'd respond and reveal your location.
Possibly. However, the transmission is highly irregular. If they intended to provoke me into revealing myself, I would expect the communication to be more routine.
I suppose.
Right. So maybe it's not them then.
Maybe. Only one way to find out about the transmission.
You said the coordinates lead to a mountain to the northwest. What's there?
I have no record of anything of note in that vicinity.
Okay.
Okay. And what about the other number in the message? 237. Any idea what that means?
I have queried my available databases, but it does not appear to have any significance.
Fair enough.
Perhaps its meaning can only be understood at the indicated coordinates.
Maybe. Alright, I'll investigate then.
Alright. I'll go to the coordinates and check out the source of the transmission.
All by yourself?
Oh, hi.
No way.
You listened in on that, did you?
I included Erend and Varl in this briefing via their focuses.
I see. Okay.
I concur that you should not investigate this alone.
They did say it was
What if
dangerous,
it's a
right?
trap?
Mm-hmm.
Of course it could be a trap. But if it really is Aleuther, then it's in trouble, and I need to bring it back.
Mm-hmm. Which
Don't
is...
worry. I'll be careful and...
We're coming with you.
Okay.
Fine. Go grab your things.
I roll.
We'll wait for you at the west exit, in case you need to upgrade your gear.
Yeah, cool, thanks. Terse nod. Great. Thanks, Gaia. Completed main quest to Kulrut. I've done it. Alright, let's go drop off these drones real quick. Survey drone module. Okay,
There we
let's
go.
see here.
More data for the dome.
More data for the dome. Dome for the data god. Data for the dome god? One of those things. Hang on a second. So wait a second. Which ones of these are which? I don't even remember anymore. It's not telling me, though. What's this one? I've reached level 31. Good for me. It takes so long to load these things. I don't want to just poke through them and find out which ones I haven't seen before, but that seems to be the only way I can go about it.
I like this one.
I have shown you this one before, so I'm sorry about this, but I'm going to cycle through the other ones. Alright. Load it up. How? I don't know what I just said there. Don't even worry about it. Why does it take so long to load? This is also a nice one. Have I seen this one before? No comment from Gaia. Apparently she doesn't really care one way or another. Okay, so let's see what the other ones are, though. Number 3. Oh, hey, I can actually see which zones they're connected to. So these are the two that I hadn't looked at before. All right, what's this one? Probably part of the snowy area, yeah? I would think. Is it just for dramatic tension? It's trying to simulate the time it would take to connect with the device. Oh, it's more desert. Got some neat sort of domey rocks around. That's nice. Why is it, though, that the drone data shows a singular location when the drones are constantly flying around and scanning? That's what I want to know. Guess it doesn't matter that much. I like how the local wildlife sounds are also simulated. That's neat. But also leads me to question more about why it's showing a stationary location and making the sounds as if it's a current, like a current feed or something like that. When the drones are flying around in circles, it's fine. I don't need to question it that much. Great, glad you like it. All right, it looks like you want to talk about something, so what's up?
Aloy,
Hi.
That was sneaky of you, patching in Varl and Erend to our conversation.
I mean,
I am pleased you accepted their help.
she's an AI.
Is there something you wish to discuss before you depart?
Apparently you had something you wanted to discuss? Questions about subordinate functions, sure. Ether.
You mentioned that the superstorms have subsided.
Did she?
Is that Ether at work?
Yes. Thanks to Ether's capabilities, weather patterns in the local region should mostly stabilize for the time being.
That's good.
That'll be a relief for the Tenakth. One of their villages is still recovering after a mudslide caused the whole place to flood.
Well, that was related to the weather,
I
wasn't
will
it?
continue to stabilize the atmosphere for as long as I can.
But you need Hephaestus. We have months, I remember. You have more to say about Ether. Interesting. What's up?
Why did Ether take up residence in an ancient war museum?
I don't know if it had a choice in the matter.
As with the other subordinate functions, Ether needed to install itself on a processor with adequate storage and power. The one in the museum appears to have been sufficient.
Seems like it.
Given that the holographic displays were still active.
Right, right.
So Ether was assured it could stay for as long as it needed to.
And it did.
Correct. Though it is curious that it chose a place surrounded with the ancient ruins of aircraft.
I mean, that does seem relevant to it.
Maybe it also felt at home there.
Who knows? Demeter.
What can you tell me about Demeter?
Demeter sows, fertilizes, and tends to plant life.
Yes.
So once I bring it back, all the blight out there will start to get better.
That would be useful.
While permanent restoration requires the abilities of Hephaestus, I may be able to improve conditions in the region for a while.
That would be great.
However, a word of warning.
Yeah?
Like Ether and Poseidon, Demeter's response to my query was highly irregular.
Even Ether's
Alone
response
and
was?
frightened, it may have
Irregular?
taken measures to assure its security.
Ether didn't, though.
I'll keep my guard up.
Anything else about... No. How about Poseidon, then?
So, Poseidon, what do we know about it?
Poseidon controls the organic and chemical composition of water resources. Once it is restored to me, I may be able to improve conditions in the regional watershed.
That would be good.
But I must warn you, like the others, Poseidon is lost and frightened.
It was never designed to be
It may
awake.
have taken measures to protect itself.
Yeah. Fair.
I'll be careful.
That's what I said last time, too. Back to this.
The missing
excuse me.
subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species.
I feel like we already had this conversation.
Luthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements.
But Ted Ferrisotted all that.
Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066, by order of Ted Farrow.
Because he's very short-sighted.
Pharaoh, huh? I really hate that guy.
We definitely already had this conversation.
He appears to have been pathologically narcissistic, impulsive, and unstable.
Never heard of anyone like that.
All three of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
If attainable, yes.
We've absolutely already had this conversation. Why did it show up as...
would increase my heuristic processing density. Perhaps you will be able to procure Luthia at the SOS coordinates.
Oh.
Artemis and Apollo, however, remain unaccounted for.
That's why this conversation happened, is because the very end of it changed due to new information that I have obtained. Got it. Okay, so let's talk about our progress. Companions.
How's Katalo doing?
I detect that the loss of his arm still deeply pains him.
I would imagine it will
Though
continue.
He has not voiced his thoughts.
He's a bit stoic.
I may be able to assist in his recovery, should he be interested.
That might take some doing.
Really? I'm sure he will be.
Do you think so? Once he understands what's going on, I suppose. Companions.
How are things around here?
Zoe has been studying the morphology of her land gods in an effort to understand their sickness.
Right.
Without the abilities of Hephaestus, I am unfortunately unable to correct their programming.
Correct their programming,
However,
you say.
Zoe and I are hopeful we will find an alternative way to heal them.
I can probably
Well,
override
keep
them,
at it.
if that helps. Companions.
Varl and Zoe seem to like spending time together.
And rubbing it in everyone else's faces.
While studying old world data, Zoe discovered references to a dietary lifestyle known as vegetarianism.
I mean, I basically do that.
She appreciated the similarities with Utaru practices.
Medicinal
and
berries.
encouraged
100%
Varl
of the
to
time.
Try out this lifestyle.
How's that working out for him?
And how did that go?
I believe they have agreed to disagree.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, you haven't said anything about Erend, huh?
How's Erend handling things?
He is becoming increasingly accustomed to use of the focus. After an initial incident,
Incident?
What did he do?
he unfortunately crushed his first focus as he attempted to affix it to his temple.
Aha.
Amongst a number of Oseram curses, I believe he also blamed the focus for being dainty.
Mm-hmm.
He has given repeated assurances that it will not happen again.
Okay.
Well, good thing we have a lot of extras, I guess.
That's what I was going to say. A whole satchel full, but I guess Varl's still got that. Anyway, how about the old world? Looks like we have some new stuff to talk about. How about Elizabeth?
Gaia? What was Elizabeth like?
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. The moment I came online, she was there. We exchanged greetings, names, then set to our task.
Yeah.
It was the first of many conversations. I enjoyed being in her company, listening to her stories. She was my creator, my guide.
I guess it's good that you got along in that case.
Friend.
Yes. When I reviewed the data on your focus, I was saddened to learn of her fate.
I mean, it's been 1,000 years.
I am glad she made it home. I deeply wish she did not have to be alone.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid everybody did in the
She was
end.
okay with that. She gave all of herself. The only one who could. Thanks, Gaia.
Right, so Zero Dawn?
So, Project Zero Dawn. The greatest minds in the world. All working to build the terraforming system while the Pharaoh Plague devoured the planet. What was it like?
What do you mean?
Personnel worked in rotations at all hours of the day. Resources and technology were secured from across the world. Within a month of the project's conception, I was launched and began my education. Elizabeth encouraged me to spend time with the rest of the Zero Dawn staff.
What time you had, anyway?
She said it was important to experience many personalities and perspectives.
She's probably right.
To aid in my emotional development.
What were they like?
Scared, hopeful, determined. They were hurtling toward technological achievements on a scale never before attempted.
Well, we could never get everybody working to the same thing.
Everything to their dedication.
Yeah, I suppose we all do. This place.
So this facility, the Regional Control Center, it was meant to oversee the terraforming system?
That's convenient.
For the local region, yes. Had humans received their education from the Apollo database, they would have then been guided here to assume operation.
Okay.
As that never happened, this place remained vacant.
Got it.
Until Minerva decided to settle here.
Who built this, anyway? Like, they didn't have time to be building giant facilities, did they? Well, I guess I don't know.
So I guess this room was meant to keep an eye on conditions outside?
Yes. From here, the facility's operators would have been able to observe weather and machine activity in real time. It may be possible to restore more of this room's functionality.
In what sense?
Should you find and reconnect additional camera feeds.
Oh, sure, so keep gathering
I'll
drone.
keep a lookout.
Got it. What other functions, I wonder? Old world discoveries.
So the Hades Proving Lab, where I found the Gaia kernel. It used to be a Pharaoh research facility?
Seems like it.
Yes. Prior to appropriation by Zero Dawn, the facility was used to engineer and test advanced computer viruses.
Oh, that Ted Farrell. What a great guy.
It appears to have been one of many research initiatives by Pharaoh Automated Solutions.
I guess it wasn't enough to build automated killing machines.
Apparently
You
not.
had viruses to infect them with, too.
Yes. Anything else?
So, a while back, before the battle at Meridian, I went into Banuk territory.
It's true.
I discovered another AI there. One not related to Zero Dawn. Cyan.
I don't remember this.
It was created to oversee operations for a volcanic stabilization project. And it spent the last 1,000 years in isolation. I'm guessing you didn't know about it?
That does sound familiar.
No. From the data on your focus, it seems that Cyan was cut off from the outside world. An effort by its creators to protect it from the Pharaoh Plague.
That sort of worked.
Any chance it could help us now?
I have already attempted contact, with no success.
Well, that's not promising.
Given its previous experience with accepting an outside network request, I imagine it is unwilling to do so again.
That would make sense.
Right. as last time Hephaestus enslaved it.
Yep.
Well, that's too bad. I think the two of you would have had a lot to talk about.
And if it weren't for the fact that this is a different game, I could just fast travel over there and talk to Cyan myself, but that's not how it works. Old world discoveries.
The processor Ether was installed on was part of an ancient war museum. A memorial to something called the Hot Zone Crisis.
Yeah, water
Do you know anything
rationing
about
and
it?
such.
My knowledge of historical events was unfortunately lost with the Apollo database.
That does make sense.
However, climate data indicates a peak in regional temperatures in the 2030s.
Global
Such conditions
climate
would see
change.
extreme, prolonged droughts, an increase in dust storms, and a loss of habitable landmass.
Right.
But they wouldn't have built a museum in the middle of a wasteland. So I guess things got better eventually.
Yes. Data suggests that temperatures return to average levels in the clawback era of the 2040s.
Clawback. Oh, right, like recovering from the climate change thing. Any more?
There was an ancient tank embedded in the bulwark, buried under a bunch of boulders.
I shot it with a
Any
cannon,
idea
it
what
blew
got
up.
During the Pharaoh Plague, the U.S. military resumed the use of human combatants, as automated machinery was unreliable.
That's a word for it.
It is possible the vehicle was part of a pre-automated war fleet.
So they fought against the Pharaoh machines in the valley, until the mountain was blasted apart and buried them.
Apparently. And then you blasted it apart and buried some more stuff. So you're repeating history. Good job, I guess. That seems to be all there is to talk about, so bye.
I'll be off.
Farewell, for now.
Indeed. Alright, bye. Okay, so that's fun. Open door, please. Okay, let's see here. I feel like I wanted to spend some skill points on something specific when I
was able to unlock another room in the main living area.
Really?
Good to know. I'll check it out when I can.
Which one is this? Main living area, this door here? No.
Huh. Looks like someone's rearranged stuff in here.
Aloy, I see you found your room.
My room.
Your companions thought you would appreciate a private space of your own.
Okay. Thanks.
Thoughtful of them.
I guess that is my stash, and someone's been firing arrows into this training dummy that someone assembled in my room for some reason. I don't really need anything out of the stash just now. There was some stuff to inspect, though. What's this? Examine token.
This is the rite of passage that Vashav gave me at the embassy.
Oh, I'm not carrying it around anymore?
I liked him. He seemed like a good man.
As
I
much as...
think he was really looking forward to going home.
Yeah, it was hard to get a real feel for what he was up to, given that, you know, he died almost immediately after I met him, but he seemed okay. Why do you still want me to examine it?
When I met Hikaru, I figured he was just another bloodthirsty warlord. Vashav was right. Hikaru wants peace. It won't be easy.
Well, no, it never is.
But with his new marshals, maybe his vision has a chance.
Maybe. Oh, okay, cool. It does, the little exclamation point does go away when she's out of things to say about the matter. Examine spear.
My old spear.
Oh.
Rust helped me make it.
Looks shorter than I remember.
When I finished my training.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like so long ago now.
Does it not... The old spear was just... It's just basically a stick. I mean, I guess that's what most spears are, but... I don't know, I thought it was a little more complicated than that. Particularly given that I can just pull it out of nowhere whenever I feel like it. But I have something else to say on the matter, huh? Okay.
When Varl found me after the Hades Proving Lab, I thought I saw Rost.
Yeah, that definitely was a thing that
I didn't think
happened.
he'd understand any of this.
Was I just hallucinating?
Or what I have to do. But still. Wish he was here.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. He was basically your father, and as much as you had a father, you didn't have a father, incidentally. But Rust was as close as you got. What's this? Place pendant.
I've been carrying Elizabeth's pendant with me for months. But since we're gonna stay a while, I think I'll keep it here, where it'll be safe.
It seems like there's a lot more stuff that could be added to this room eventually.
Elizabeth put all of her faith in Gaia. And Gaia put all of her faith in me.
Except for, you know...
If I can do it all, recover the sub-functions, defeat Far Zenith, heal the world? I'd like to think Elizabeth would be proud.
I think a lot of people probably would be. Anyway, I was going to say, Gaia placed all her faith in you, right, but also didn't trust you to ask for companions to go with you on the dangerous mission that she's sending you on just now. So, for a certain value of faith she has put in you, I think. So what's the room that Gaia has now gained access to?
Oh, good. Door's locked until Gaia can restore access.
Sure. What's this one?
Gaia, what was this room for?
This was intended to be a recreational room for Control Center operatives.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the entertainment modules were lost with the Apollo database.
That does make sense.
Oh, that's too bad.
That looks like a thing I can yank off the wall, though, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll find out. Hope you don't mind I'm just ripping bits off the walls, Gaia. It's what I do. Probably gonna have to get used to it. Can I go this way? Nope. No, I can't. How about this way? Ooh, data.
Another room. What floor?
Gaia? Can you not sense this area, Gaia? That's weird. 1. A little flourish. It's an audio data point. Play.
Switch to a private log. Okay, so Regional Control Center 9. Design of the facility's coming along. When Gaia finally builds it, it'll have everything it needs. Except personality.
Right.
So
big middle building.
I'm going to sneak in my own mark. A couple of flourishes. Starting with this little tucked away hideout. August would have gotten a kick out of it. He loved hidden passages, like the kind in old English castles. But I've got something bigger planned. My piece de resistance, if you will.
I assume that I won't be able to find that until Gaia has reasserted control of the entire place, because it seems like a dramatic big finish, you know? I would say. I wonder if Aloy was planning on commenting on it, but is unable to because I didn't play it in the real world. Who knows? Give me that.
Yeah, it won't work this close.
It worked just fine, thanks. Oh, look, more eyeballs in a box. Great. There's something in here, too, right? Oh, yeah. There's a safe. More eyeballs in a box. Good, good, good. Okay. So it's just a little crawl space with a couple of treasure chests and an audio log. Well, great. Oh, there's another thing. What's that? Another box. Bones. Metal bones in a box. Okay, cool. Well, what a nice little hidden room. Good to know that exists. Thanks a lot, buddy. I didn't catch your name. Probably had mentioned it in the file, but I wasn't paying that much attention. Sorry about that. There what is? What are we talking about? We're not talking about anything. You're not talking to me. That's fine. So have any other rooms changed since I... This is different.
Looks like Arendt and Catalo moved their stuff in.
Oh, so they're gonna hang it out in the barracks. Okay. This would be... bags full of scrap, randomly. Uh-huh. Candles. Books. Probably Arendt then, yeah? Because I don't think Kotalo would have any books, although he's probably trying to learn to read at the moment. Probably not to the point of books just yet, I'd have to assume. Big bottles, chests of... Wait, no, this is Aaron's stuff. This is absolutely Aaron's stuff, isn't it? There's a keg here. This is Aaron's stuff. Okay. So this is Kotalo's stuff. Why does he have bags of scrap? Why does he have books? I guess the privacy curtain makes sense. Open door. What? I can open the door?
Oh, I'm back in the sleeping quarters.
Oh. Oh. There's a door there I was supposed to use to walk out. I see. I just didn't discover it from the other side, and so it didn't, it didn't work like I expected. Didn't have to crawl back through the, what is that? I didn't have to crawl back through, and I did, and it's fine. It's fine, Zoe. Don't worry about it. What else do we have right here?
Gaia, I thought you said the data here was lost.
She did.
I was able to repurpose the equipment to store the data you have acquired in your travels.
Neat. Oh. Holographic replica of the Fardina shuttles collected by Varl. Okay. Neat, I suppose. Anything else that requires my attention? Nothing at the moment? But I'm guessing this will develop as time goes on and I gather more companions type of thing? Seems likely. So it's going to require a thorough sweep of the premises every time that this is Owen Farlstrom. Every time I come back, huh? Well, that's okay. That's okay. I'm patient. I don't mind checking every room every time. I might not show the process every single time that I do it, but, I suppose. I still didn't find that 7-digit code, huh? I wonder when that's going to come up, if ever. Not really sure. Okay, what's up, Varl?
There she is.
There I am.
You ready to head out?
I guess? Sure. Let's get going.
Let's go.
Look at us. 3 battle-hardened badasses forging into the unknown.
I guess.
This ought to be good.
It's not going to be particularly unknown at the beginning. Do you know how to open doors? You do! Good job, Erend. I'm proud of you. Is it going to teleport me somewhere, or are we actually going to be traveling on foot? Should I not have started this? Oh, we're teleporting. Sort of.
This distress call had to be up a really steep mountain, huh?
It seems like it. Oh, man. Oh, you would slide off there. Absolutely. We don't have any climbing gear. Climbing barehanded in icy conditions. This is a terrible idea. Something's up here shooting plasma, so that's fun. What do we got? It's a far zenith. Cool. Well, this is fairly brutal, and I don't think there's anything I can do about it. Big weapon.
What the hell?
Didn't do anything, though. And that didn't as well. There was a splash of blood, though. Did it work? And that blew up. Unfortunate.
Well, that takes the keg.
That does. Probably shouldn't draw attention to us, though. Did they actually manage to spear her? Did that projectile take down her shield? That's pretty cool if so.
Varl, see if there's anything over there.
On it.
Over where? Just sending him off randomly, huh?
We'll check out the battlefield. Let's start with that zenith.
I guess? Do you reckon she's alive?
Oh, there are obviously more zeniths than we know about.
Apparently. Verbena. I mean, I tried.
Didn't make it.
I certainly didn't kill him, that's for sure. Man, look at all the dead people.
Seems quieter when it snows.
That's because it is. That's what snow does. It muffles examined corpse. I'll get on that in a second. Just checking the surroundings. You know how it is. Who's that? Varl. Oh, he's just kind of chilling over there. No pun intended. Generous supply cache. Moderate supply cache. Okay, sure. Examine corpse.
Whatever the rebels did, it took down her shield.
Amazing. That's progress.
But why was she here?
Why were the rebels here also?
I can access her last communication file, but I'll use my focus to scan the battlefield too.
Sure.
What about that crazy weapon the Zenith had?
It looked like she can make it come and go at will. But it's gone now.
Yeah. Well, go do your thing. I'll wait here.
Yeah, okay, sounds good. Can I play that audio file from here, or do I have to go into my... I do have to go into my... It gave me a visual prompt to... oh, it's one of those machines they can control. The tentacly looking things, but I can't seem to scan it. Well, in any case, let's go get that data point out of my... There it is. Verbena to base. Play, please.
What?
Hello, Verbena. What do you have for me?
Gerard.
I checked everywhere, still no sign of the asset. Can we call off this pointless search already?
Let's not forget who let it slip away in the first place.
Slip away?
Now, I'd like to see results by nightfall. Do you think you can manage that?
Hold on. I think I see something.
That sounds like the module that we're looking for is actually here, and that the Zeniths had it under control, and it, escaped them? And they pursued it to here. That's interesting. Talk to Erend.
You done looking around?
No.
Almost.
No. I'm not. There's a box here. Great box. I can't scan this thing still, even though it acts like I should be able to. Do I need to examine it? There we go. Examine Spectre.
The Spectre had instructions to assist recovery of the asset. I wonder what this asset is.
I'm pretty sure we know what this asset is.
What a mess.
Data point discovered. Spectre instructions. Spectre units X9K416N3. Orders received. Prime directive, assist recovery of the asset. Second directive, continue monitoring V. Sutter. Verbena, I suppose. Orders acknowledged. Status report sent to G. Bieri. Hostile detected. Engaging targets. Danger. System failure. IMID. Data corrupted. They actually managed to take out both the Spectre and the Zenith. That's pretty impressive on the part of the rebels. I wonder what the heck they were doing here. We can go examine the thing that they... Charred weapon. Weapon of an unknown design. Damaged beyond repair. Okay. Strange that I can't loot these particular rebels. Because they were working towards the same goal I've got, maybe. I don't know. Can't loot that. Strange. It is kind of chilly up here, I'd imagine, on account of it snowing. Examine corpse.
An Oseram with a focus.
What?
Looks like he was sending data on the weapons somewhere else.
Really? He was working with the rebels. Telemetry log. Time. Telemetry initiated. Coordinates redacted. Malfunction detected. Self-destruct initiated. Telemetry terminated. Okay. Okay. Who was he working with? Right. Charred weapon examined.
Weapon's still hot.
Yeah, don't touch it then, dummy.
I need to know how it worked. But I'll have to check on it once it's cooled off.
You have a focus for things like this. Okay. Alright, it's fine. Do some other stuff and then come back to it. You got it. What's this? Camping gear. Alright, examine it.
Looks like the rebels camped here for a while. Are they watching this area?
It certainly seems like it. I can't imagine why, though.
Alright. I think I have an idea what happened here. I better get back to Erend.
Okay, sounds good. Weapon's still smoking, so... Back to Erend, then. Very good. Hello, Erend. How are you?
All right, she who sees the unseen. What did you find out?
I mean, you see the unseen too now, so I don't know what you're talking about.
A carefully planned attack.
Mm-hmm.
I found camping gear up there. The rebels must have been staking out this place for at least a few days.
I assume. Uncomfortable place to sleep, though.
For the Zeniths to show up. All so that they could test that weapon.
You'd think they'd build something to protect them from the snow or something.
Have a personal shield that makes them invulnerable, but somehow the weapon got rid of it.
And then it blew up.
The Oseram that was operating it was sending data on it somewhere else.
But I don't know where.
It was probably just a prototype.
We could use more of them, though.
I've known tinkers that do that. I'd do a little trial run before breaking out the real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess it's still a work in progress. If it blew up.
Right, but it worked is the thing. It worked.
She was searching for something she'd lost. Her drone had instructions to recover something called the asset.
Presumably the same thing we're looking for.
The asset? Is that the sub-function thing that you said could be here? Aletheia?
Mm-hmm. It wasn't me that said it.
I'm not sure.
Was it Gaia?
Come on, let's go talk to Varl.
Oh, let's do that. But first, let me start a new clip. Just a second. Right, okay. Is there actually a campfire just over there? Hang on. Oh, there is. It's at the bottom of the cliff, though, huh? Oh, hey! Wait. No, I thought that I was over at this bit over here. This bit just north of where I started out. No, we're up in this little crag here. I don't know if I even came this direction before. Well, it's over by Bleeding Mark. I probably did, right? I was being pretty thorough up until this point, basically, here. Okay, cool. Anyway, I don't need a campfire right now, so we're good. Let's go talk to Varl. Varl. How you doing there, Erend? Keeping up well, I see. Nice you have your ribs back in working condition. Hello, Varl. You're just staring at this hole, I see. How's that working out for you? Have you just been staring at this hole the entire time?
That's a long way down.
I know the answer to that question.
Something
Whoa!
tunneled straight down into the mountain. Looks recent.
And circular.
Whatever it was, it must have been powerful.
Mm-hmm.
That Zenith the rebels killed was looking for something called the asset.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but my guess is it's somewhere down there.
It does seem likely.
So we head down.
Strange that the Zenith didn't head down there herself.
Stay here and stand watch. That Zenith isn't the only one of its kind. I don't want to be caught by surprise if the others show up. Contact us by focus if you see anything.
And don't engage, because they're immune to everything.
If trouble shows up, I'll call you.
Yeah, and hide. Cool. Well, that's not stressful at all. Varl, you coming? Varl's coming. Okay. Investigate the facility. Facility, huh? Oh, we just tunneled just directly into it, with whatever this device was.
Old world ruin down here.
That would seem to be the case.
You said the Zeniths have their own backup of Gaia, right?
They do.
Yeah, from the proving lab.
But, like, they shouldn't be able to activate it,
So maybe they were after Aletheia. Found its hiding spot, so it sent the distress signal.
Well...
Maybe.
I suspect they already had Aletheia, and Aletheia came here to escape them, but I don't know that for a fact just yet. That's just a working theory. What is this place anyway? Hard to really say. Oh wow, you already got down there, huh, Varl? Okay. Good for you. Let's check out this direction first, because the focus wants us to go the other way. And that's how these things work. You go the wrong way first. Every time. All the time. Forklift looking thing. Still has power somehow. Is it okay to drop down there? Is this safe? Doesn't look particularly safe, does it? Does that sound like green shine? Or was that just the music making green shine noises at me? Could stop it. Okay, well this is nothing? Potentially this is nothing. Maybe I should try and go down there until the point where it starts to kill me, and then I should call it a loss? Is this okay? Oh, it doesn't hurt. Well, that's surprising. It looks like it should hurt, doesn't it? It looks very dangerous. Oh well, it's not. Great. Great, good news. That's not going to kill us. So many things around here will, but not that. Alright, this way. It wants me to go that way, so of course I go this way instead. Not even any data, though. No boxes, no... Oop, box. I spoke too soon. Box full of keys. Great. Got them. This way then, huh? 60. Okay.
Looks like some kind of data center.
I guess?
I might be able to access the facility systems from that console.
I suppose that's probably true. Stairs here. What's on the other side? More stairs. Okay. And data right there. I'll scan that when I get a little closer. I don't really need to wait until I get down here, but I feel like I kind of ought to, you know? Command log. Entry 98523. Storage units accessed. Data transfer initiated. Operations suspended. Fusion reactor on standby mode. Download initiated. Beamcast initiated. Destination redacted. Okay. So something accessed the storage, gathered something from here, and failed to actually transfer. The reactor went into standby. Then a download began to happen and was beamed elsewhere. And wherever it went was then retroactively hidden. Okay, so maybe Aletheia is no longer here. Maybe Aletheia beamed itself someplace else because Zenith showed up looking for it. That'd be my guess. But again, I'm working with a lot of incomplete data right now. Whoa, what's that? Transmitter. Is this Zenith equipment?
I've never seen a transmitter like this before. Looks like it's self-destructed.
Okay. That does look like Zenith equipment though, huh? Beamcast transmitter of unknown design. Damage beyond repair. Okay. Okay. Access console. What do we got? Holograms? Holograms!
Zenith research lab.
Oh.
It looks like a lot of data was beamcast from here recently. From that device nearby.
Yeah, this one. That looks like a sword.
So Aletheia's gone?
If it was ever here, then probably.
Uh-huh.
But then why were the Zeniths still searching for the asset?
That's a good question.
Let's keep looking around.
Okay. Door. Seems like a good next place to go, huh? There's not more data in here that I missed, is there? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Okay. What you looking at, Varl? Don't worry about these things. These glowing screens are all over the dang place all the dang time, and they don't do anybody a lick of good. So don't even worry about them.
So, exploring another far zenith ruin.
Yeah.
At least
Varl.
this one doesn't seem to have giant killer machines.
So far.
Or anything you can blow up.
Hey, listen. Listen, that was just what I had to do at the time, okay? Okay? I don't blow everything up all the time just because I feel like it. A lot of the time it is because I just because I feel like it, but not all the time. All right? All right. Good talk. What am I looking for? Passageway here. This looks like the way forward, doesn't it? Let's not go that way then. Let's explore the rest of this level first. More forklift stuff. Sparking damaged equipment. I'm already kind of turned around, unfortunately. That's where I came from, right? So what's upstairs? More workstations. If that's in fact what these are. There's a door. There's a broken door that leads to... I don't know. It looks like there's a box over there. Other than that, I don't detect anything. Alright, open door. What am I looking at? I'm not really sure. And there's a big broken window.
Ectogenic chambers.
Uh-huh.
Like the ones I saw inside a Zero Dawn cradle facility.
That would track with growing humans.
Remember when I told you I was made, not born? This is how.
Uh-huh.
A machine that makes a
on
person.
going.
That's
We
incredible.
better check in that room.
Yeah, you could say that. The fact that Aloy commented on this means that this is probably the direction I'm supposed to be going, and that, unfortunately, means that I need to go back. I have
stuff. Wonder what they were doing here.
Growing humans.
Well, knowing Far Zenith, probably discovering amazing things for their own benefit.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
such are humans frequently, unfortunately. Doesn't look like there's anything else over here. Oh, I see you're inspecting these panels. That's what led to the commentary. Alright, well, I'm going to go back downstairs real quick. If I can remember where the stairs are. There they are. This way. And we're going to go down instead of up, because apparently up is forward, so down is backwards, and that's exactly what I want. Backward. I think. It's really hard to say. 84. Sure, man. 84. Sounds good. What's over here? Door. Dead end. Not dead end. It's got stairs in it, but there's a box. Not a very good box, but a box nonetheless. And what's up here? Another door. Just doors all over. Doors for days. Days for doors.
This place is huge. Some kind of storage room, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe the asset is in here somewhere.
If it is...
You're kidding.
Somehow the Zenith couldn't find it. Let's look around.
Oh, man. Okay, so there's multiple...
So, how is Erend taking all of this? Really?
I mean...
Well, Gaia, the Zeniths, the Focus. It's a lot.
It is a lot for anybody,
But when
really.
I caught up to him in the Daunt and said you needed our help, he dropped everything and turned around.
I mean...
Well, he's loyal. That's for sure.
That's what Aaron does. I would imagine he was drunk when you found him also, though. Because, you know, that's also what Aaron does. Search the facility for the asset. Let me look at the quest that I'm on right now, yeah? Which one am I on? Cradle of Echoes. Okay, so we're just searching the facility for the asset. It could be anywhere. Gotcha. In other words, I probably should have checked that room while I was up there. The thing is, if I find what I'm looking for, I'm worried that it'll
Stash when I need it.
kick me out of the quest or something like that. Some event will take place and I won't be able to search and loot this place for any data that it might hold. This is a big facility. This big storage facility right now, huh? But it does look like storage, so maybe this is the place where it's going to wind up being. So I'm going to backtrack again! Ah ha ha! I'm completely impossible. I'm terribly sorry about it. Open door. What's this? Oh, data. Hello, data. Priority shift from Song Jiao. Let's see, to FZ Freacher staff, Far Zenith. Oh, as you will undoubtedly have heard by now, we have lost the brightest star among us. Research on ectogenesis for the Odyssey was near and dear to Peter, and on behalf of the new High Council, I commend you for all your efforts and the great strides made over the last several years. Ectogenesis. That's the human growing process, yeah? Yet as we mourn our founder, we must also keep our gaze on the bright future ahead. To that end, we will be shifting project priorities. Over the coming days, you will be briefed on exciting developments in longevity research from our Tokyo and Lagos facilities, with new assignments to follow. In the meantime, all ectogenic chambers should be moved to storage. Refer to your leads with any questions. Okay, so their leader was researching something. He died, and then they immediately changed direction to extending their own life cycles rather than growing new humans. And, pretty much didn't try and hide that at all. Great. Great. Self-interest. Gotta love it. Something back there. More data. Okay. Don't mind if I do. What do you got for me?
Find anything that might tell
Progress
us
report.
what the asset is?
I don't think so.
Probably not, but let's see what I found. Partial data corruption. August 19th, 2064. The apocalypse was in 2 years, right? Data corrupted has seen a significant improvement, decreasing the time between touch-ups that commercially available treatments like Osmanthus's Rejuvigene require. As for Malik's team, the latest results from their neurophysiology experiments seem to be promising, with the supplementary data provided by our Tokyo facility, we seem to be closing in on functional first-generation implants. Meanwhile, our friends in Zurich have sent over their findings on WBE. Mixed results. A couple of promising avenues, but anything bordering on real digital transcendence looks to be decades away, if not... So they were desperate to try to survive the upcoming apocalypse. I guess that is understandable. They were bending all their research towards extending their lives, transmitting their lives into another place, anything that would allow them to not die. Got it. Okay. I'm thinking the storage room is most likely going to be where I find what I'm looking for, so let's go look at the ectogenesis pods again. Sorry about all the back and forth, but that's just kind of how it goes in a place like this, and with me at the helm. This is the wrong way. It's the wrong way. Which one is the right way? This way. No, that's the storage facility. What? Wait, what? Hang on. Which way is that arrow trying to point me? Because I want to go the other way. That way. So not this way. Up? I'm so confused. Give me a second to find the pods again, okay? I'll be with you shortly. Okay. Oh, this is the upper portion of the chamber. This is the same. Got it. This is all the same room. It's just the upper level of it as compared to the lower level. I get it. Spoon-fed from Daniel McGill. Minimal corruption. To Claire Nguyen, January 18th, 2065. Claire, wish you'd been on the call with me to Zero Dawn. Whoever negotiated this deal with them was ingenious. A bunch of our old tech collecting dust in storage in exchange for a copy of all human knowledge. Talk about a bargain. And the guy heading up the Aletheia subfunction, Patrick Brochard-Klein, you could practically see sparkles in his eyes when he was bombarding us with follow-up questions on the ectogenic chamber's design. It was like we were waving catnip in front of him. Anyway, they're requesting additional material and nutrition delivery. Higher-ups have the go-ahead, so send over everything we have. Brochard-Klein will probably pee his pants in glee. Dan. Got it. So they were researching growing humans, but then they stopped when the apocalypse was impending, and then Zero Dawn was like, no, give us those, please. Give us those, please. And then Ted Faro destroyed everything, and, rest is history. This door is locked. Is there anything I can do about that? Bunker door. Seal integrity maintained. Heavily shielded. Probably not. Okay. Let's see. Anything else up here? No? Okay, sweet. Let's jump out the window. You coming, Varl? No? I guess I don't blame you. Gonna take the long way around then? Okay, see you when you catch up, I suppose. I think Varl is actually taking the long way around, and I feel a little bad about that. I wonder if he's going to trying to talk about something that I'm investigating from across the room, because that's definitely a thing that happens in this game. And it assumes that you can hear the conversation, but you can't. You coming, Varl? Wait. Seriously, what happened to Varl? What happened to Varl? Did Varl despawn? Oh, Varl's up there and being very confused. Okay. You gonna be able to make it down here, Varl? I think he doesn't know how to... Okay, just a second. I'm gonna get Varl, and then we're gonna make it back up here, okay? Okay, cool. See you soon. There you are, you big dummy. Come on. Can't even jump over a ledge, I swear. Kids these days. Okay. Now let's investigate the chamber. What am I seeing over there? Grapple point. Gotcha. But there's a box as well, yeah? Got the box. Very nice. What's over here? Big empty passageway. Is that a door on the left? Looks like a door. Probably won't open though, huh? Nope. Alright. Well... there was a box down here. Varl, you gonna be able to make this jump? Ah, he figured out the stairs. Good job, Varl. You got it. You got this under control. Okay, grab all that stuff. Suppose I should be scanning the facility a little more intently, huh? What's that over there? Grapple point. Okay. Varl, figure this one out if you can. Ha ha! He's gonna go up the ramp, isn't he? He absolutely is. He's getting used to my shenanigans. Well, fine, I guess. Man, you're fast when you want to be. Look at you go. Wasn't expecting you to catch up that soon. So what's that glowing red thing, you think?
Console. To access the storage units.
Well, that seems important.
Can it tell us if the asset is in one of them?
I would hope so.
Well, let's find out.
Oh, let's. Am I missing any data pads around here? Oh, there's definitely some boxes over there. I like boxes, alright. Wait, what's this over here? A box! I like boxes, alright. Metal shards and stick paste. Okay. Why does it have to be called stick paste, though, right? Everything has to be like a compound word where it means something mundane. Like, that's glue. That's what stick paste is glue. Wait, can I not break this window? I can't break this window. Well, that is surprising. Yeah, no, this is nothing. Okay. It's nothing. Don't worry about it, Varl. What's in here? More glowing panels without much meaning to them. Is this room actually useless? Unusual to find a useless room. But it sure appears to be exactly that. Okay. Well, cool. Guess that's sort of bound to happen in an old ancient, in an old rotting facility. Old and ancient mean roughly the same thing, it turns out. I see nothing else to do. Okay, enter code. Code. Do I have a code?
236 containers in storage. Please enter the container number you'd like to retrieve.
Right.
236? Wasn't there a number in the distress signal?
There was, yes.
You're right. I should check the log.
Right. What happens if I do a number that's not the one in the log, though, huh? 001.
Maybe this one.
Ooh, everything spins up and brings a passage, the thing down. It's got nothing in it. Okay, gotcha. So most of these probably have nothing in them. I'm guessing there are a couple Easter eggs among them if you went through all 236 of them, but I'm not going to do that right now. Okay, so let's see. The log of the distress signal. This one? 237. I see. That's what I thought it was?
236 containers in storage.
Mm-hmm.
Please enter the container number you'd like to retrieve.
The one that's one above that. So let's try it. 237. It's responding, which is kind of unexpected. I would have expected some kind of a syntax error or something like that, but something's coming. What do we got? How come Pod 001 took much less time to retrieve than Pod 237? There's a person in there. There's a person in there. It's Beta. Beta escaped them. And she knew that we'd come looking for the program if she gave us that information.
Aloy.
It's me.
It's you.
It's me. She escaped them.
Skin's like ice.
She's the asset.
Must have cut this from her head. But why?
Control unit. Why did she still have it with her?
Hello, Elizabeth. Apologies, I don't know what else to call you.
Uh-huh.
My name is Beta.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I must be brief.
Yeah.
I only have a few minutes before my keepers discover I'm missing, and I still need to remove this implant.
Implant.
I'd hoped to find shelter with you, but if you're viewing this, I may be dead.
Maybe.
Be careful when you take on Farsiness. They are ruthless, and they have Aletheia, Artemis, and Apollo now.
They have Apollo!
But at least I don't have the Gaia kernel to merge them with.
Uh-huh. What happened to the Gaia kernel? She took it with her. That's the asset.
You must succeed, or this was all for nothing. Good luck. And goodbye.
So she is dead.
So she's...
She's still alive.
Really?
We need to get her back to...
Oh, that'll be the Zenith, won't it?
Oh, shit, they can fly?
Yeah.
Aloy. Aloy, can you hear me through this thing?
Yes.
What's going on, Erend?
Two of those spectral things just fell out of the sky.
Oh, good.
One of them is heading down towards you. The other one's waiting up here.
At least they only sent two. And they're specters, which are
Stay
vulnerable.
in cover until I get there.
You got it.
Great. How are we gonna...
Get her to cover in that room. Whatever happens, she stays with us.
How... You're just gonna carry her... You're just gonna carry her, so I'm doing the fighting. Okay, sounds good.
I'll protect her.
Great. Good luck with that. I'll just kill the specters, I guess.
Before the specter gets here.
Sure.
I can't let it get through to Varl and the clone.
Okay, you got it. Prepare, huh? I don't know what specters are weak to. Create tripwires and tripcasters. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so where is it going to be coming from? Probably the main doors, but there are two entrances over there. So let's go ahead and put a shock tripwire there.
Here it comes!
Oh, cool. Here it comes. There it is. Okay. Well, let's put one of these here while I'm at it. There we go. That's all I can do because I've never improved my ability to to deal with traps. Okay, that didn't do a thing, but the blast trap did. That's nice anyway. Okay, you need one of these for your face. Okay, that sort of helped. Weak spot hit. Okay, I need to analyze you. I need to analyze you. At least it's interested in me and not Varl at the moment. That's nice. Okay, hang on. Highly advanced mobile combat drone. Gold armor-like plates can morph into highly lethal weapons and can gravitationally reattach when torn off. Pulse cannon at the back, capable of firing highly accurate weapon projectiles if I can knock it off. Shock unit, resource repository regeneration unit on the chest. That seems important. Damage it disrupt its ability. Vector thruster for jump attacks. Okay, it enhances the jump attacks with fire. Okay. Plasma unit on the back. Nanoplate all over the body. Especially vulnerable to certain types of elemental damage. Acid and plasma. Control nexus on the butt. Why is it always the butt? Especially vulnerable to damage once exposed. Okay. Okay. I already did. Thanks, Aloy. Okay, we need that cannon off of it, though. We need that cannon off of it, though. Okay, okay. So you like energy attacks. That makes sense. You're a future weapon. Let's just... Okay, the cannon's not out right now. The cannon is not out right now. I see. Ow, that did hurt. That did hurt. How did I have so much health? Did I stealth kill somebody? I don't remember it. Okay, very spinny, very impressive. Okay, what's going on? Okay, you're not very accurate with your weapon fire is the thing, which I appreciate about you. That barely hurt at all. But I can't imagine I can keep that up. You're attacking through a wall right now. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, you're very fast. You're very fast. I don't like it. Ow. Okay, cool. I'm running out of bonus hit points, though, so I should probably get on with this, huh? Let's try just throwing that into your face and see what happens. Weak spot hit, you say. I don't know what weak spot, though. Okay, okay, cool. I need to disrupt the thing on its chest, though, right? This is nothing, this is nothing. Okay, advanced explosive bombs. It doesn't like explosives, I know that. There you go. It also seems to be caught right now. I should probably take advantage of that. What are you doing? What are you doing? Regeneration unit. Indestructible, but I can damage it. Okay, yes, it's climbing on the walls. That's fun. There you go. See what you think of that. Oh, you can actually stay up there when you get exploded. That's unexpected. How about another one? How about another one? We'll just keep throwing them at you, see what you think, huh? Okay, you're gonna attack or what? No? You're just gonna stand there and let me do it, huh? Great, appreciate it. Knocked him down, so let's go stick a spear in him, see what happens. Hutta! Well, that did help, but not as much as I was hoping. And boom. Oh, yeah, you did. Wow. Look at you.
There.
That went pretty well.
Okay, Aloy?
I'm fine, thanks.
Yeah, I'm heading up top. Stay down here with the clone for now.
Oh, great. We're gonna deal with the other Spectre. Got it.
Follow once the coast is clear.
You do that, and try and make sure she doesn't die somehow. I mean, if she's frozen somehow, I feel like just thawing her isn't gonna be a great solution, but maybe he was just saying that her skin was cold because she was in some kind of a stasis thing. I don't even know. I'm out of my element with that stuff. I'm gonna go just blow things up, okay? Let me just make some of these. Oh, you have to use volatile sludge to make those bombs. Oh, no, that I didn't realize, and that is interesting. Okay, so let's see. Switch to something more everyday, and let's head upstairs. Open door. Open door faster, please. Thank you.
Gotta get back up top and deal with that other Spectre.
Indeed you do.
I just hope Aaron stays in cover.
That's all we can really hope for. But I mean, he's good with explosives. He should be, right? Well, maybe not. He likes hammers. And he's an Oseram, and the Oseram tend to like explosives, but I don't know if he actually has any with him. I might just be making a gross generalization about Oseram on that, and he probably wouldn't appreciate that too much.
Aloy.
Yeah. What's up?
Aaron!
Yeah, the Spectre's dug its heels in. It's got me pinned down.
Okay, just
Hang tight. I'm almost there.
Stay in cover, man.
Just
Stay in
hurry.
cover. Yeah, I'm hurrying. I always hurry. I run everywhere. You noticed? Wow, that's a dramatic looking
That doesn't
exit
sound
hole.
right. I gotta get to Aaron.
I didn't even hear anything. What are you talking about, Aloy? Oh, bullets. Bullets. Okay, let's get these bombs out.
Aaron,
Hello?
I'm here.
That thing's shooting down the center.
Uh-huh.
Stay
Oh,
put.
and it's got some kind of a
I'll see
shield
what I can
going.
do.
The second you need me, I'm there.
Okay, sounds good, man.
Spectre's not budging from that spot.
Mm-hmm.
I might be able to sneak up on it if I stay out of its line of fire.
Right.
Shield up. Need to sneak around behind
Yeah, you got it. I can do that.
and fight it.
Presumably, yes. So let's see here. Let's go this way. Just loot this while I'm at it. That even had a vertical shock trap in it, so that's nice, I guess. Okay. Fortunately, there seem to be tons of patches of stealth grass for me to go from place to place. I could probably even use my my stealth valor thing, stealth stalker. Yeah, activate. Why not? Great. Stealthy, stealthy, stealthy. All right.
I could use it against the Spectre.
A heavy weapon? Heavy weapon where? Heavy weapon what? Heavy weapon there. Oh, it's a Spectre's weapon. That's nice. Dart gun. Got it. Spectre dart gun. We're just gonna carry it casually over this way, relying on my invisibility to cover me. And we'll just hit him in the back. Right in the butt. Right in the butt. Right there. Okay. Here we go. Do I release? Is that how it works? Yes, that is how it works. Great, shield down. Great, that seems like a problem for me. But that did help. Ow, that does hurt. That does hurt. Aaron, if you could do something to distract it, that would be real nice right about now. But otherwise, I got explosives. I can just sort of chuck in its face and hope for the best. Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine you're right. There we go. Knock that armor off and get my health back and don't get shot by that. Where's the gun? There's the gun. Okay, you're up on the wall, huh? I would hope so. There you go. That did some. Oh, he's firing some kind of a siege weapon at it. That's nice. Me too. We can all have a siege weapon party. Oh, I'm out of bullets. I'm out of bullets. It's okay though. I've got explosives. Yeah, no, I mean, what are we gonna do to this thing stealthily? Like, oh, cool, Aaron. You might not want to stand there. That's okay. That's all right. I got this. Boop. Hooray! That worked. It dropped a thing. I wonder what that is. Hooray! Good job, us. We did it. Oh, and Varl's here. You doing okay there, Varl? You sound tired?
Aloy, she's
dead.
Look, I swear I'm not drunk, but right now I'm seeing double.
Weren't you listening in on the focuses?
Story, but it'll have to wait.
She's okay?
She needs a healer, but we need to get her back to the base immediately.
Berries?
Right. Yeah. Well, what are we waiting for then?
How are we gonna get it down that cliff that we climbed up?
You two go on ahead. I need to take another look at that weapon.
Good luck with the cliff. Try not to kill her. She should be pretty hardy if I know anything about Elizabeth Sobek.
I can figure out how that thing works. Maybe the Zeniths won't be so invincible after all.
Well, that seems awfully optimistic, but maybe. Examine the weapon. Sure. What is this goop? Is that the nanomachines that make up part of it? I don't even know. Search Spectre. Crystal braiding. Ravager circulator. What the heck is that doing in there? Is this the weapon you want me to search? Stalker dart gun? No. I was using one of those, but that's not what you want me to search, is it? It dropped like this big spiky looking deal. And I don't know where it went. Is it this? Is this what you want me to look at?
Hello.
And goodbye. It's gotta be around here somewhere. It's just gotta be right here somewhere, right? Do you want to just inspect the Spectre? No. It does have pulse cannons on it. I can knock them off. That's not what you're talking about, though, is it, Aloy? That's not actually doing a thing, is it? No, it's not. Okay. So where's the thing you want me to inspect, then? Hotshot. What you got in mind that I'm not picking up on? Is this a stalker? What's this doing here? Bizarre. Wait. The dart gun. Was that a stalker weapon that I was using on it before? Is it a stalker dart gun? It is a stalker dart gun, not a Spectre dart gun. I had it wrong. Got it. Cool. Oh, there we go. It's way up. Oh, that weapon! Oh, the weapon the Osram was working with, of course. I didn't even think about it. It's cooled down, of course. Great. So that thing survived, did it? Oh, no, it didn't.
Damn it.
Well, there are parts of it are okay. There's that orb. That seems important.
Well, it's better than nothing.
I guess. I'll just take that, I guess. Sure. And we're being teleported, I think.
I need to get the weapon fragment to Gaia to analyze.
Hey, we're back. Great.
If we can replicate it, maybe we'll have a way to defeat the Zeniths.
That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Check on the clone, too.
Mm-hmm. You probably should.
Where's our guest?
We're in the maintenance corridor below the control room.
Okay.
Okay.
Maintenance corridor. Huh?
That's fine.
I can take a look if you want.
Nah. Usually works if I just flick it a few times with my thumb.
You're going to go through a lot of focuses, aren't you, Aaron? I think he is.
Aloy.
Well,
There are more supplies in the chest. Help yourself.
Cool, thank you. Wow, look at all this stuff. Wow, look at all this stuff. Eesh, I'm going to have to go through this in more detail later on. But what I need to do right now is friggin' stop playing the game because this has gone on long enough. This is the wrong exit, isn't it? No, towards the east. That's the one I
have
want.
to get the weapon fragment to Gaia first. And check on the clone.
It will not let me stop. Okay, I guess we're going long today. Great. Hello, Aaron.
Aaron? You okay?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I be?
So that's a no.
There's two of you now.
Yeah.
At least you seem to be handling it okay.
Yeah, well, I'm a clone. I already knew that.
Exactly, but I'm trying.
Great. Companions?
Did you speak with Beta at all?
She didn't really wake up till we brought her here. And when she did, I thought it'd be better if Zoe and Varl took care of her.
Okay.
No use crowding someone when they're in a state.
A state, you say? Want to explain? No? Okay. You're training?
What you reading next?
I saw Gaia added something to the archives about metal rods being used to harness lightning during storms. That reminded me of a cousin of mine. Thought he could trap lightning if he covered himself in Stormbird plates.
I mean...
Went up the tallest mountain in the claim to prove it.
Uh-huh.
Ended like a lot of Oseram things do. With a spark and a boom.
Uh-huh. Did he survive? No? Probably not? Okay.
What are you working on with your focus?
I'm still figuring out how to read stuff on this thing. Those two lovebirds over there have been giving me a hand.
They're not over there right now,
To
but...
be honest, all the little symbols, they give me a headache.
That is not surprising.
I'll get up to speed. I promise.
Okay. Good luck with that. Bye.
I have to get going.
Don't go causing too much trouble.
I will do what I wish. Bye. Zoe, how are you doing? I know I should probably put this up to a future episode, checking in with all the companions, but I'm not going to, so there. Hello.
Aloy, you're back.
I am.
Yeah, I'm just, checking up on how everyone's doing.
You know, because there's a clone now.
I mean, after meeting someone who looks exactly like you, but isn't you, down in the basement.
Yes, that.
Guess this must be even stranger for you than it is for us.
Toss up, I think.
Varl said she may be able to help us in our mission, though.
Good that she's alive, I guess. Companions.
You said you met Beta?
Varl mentioned she was hurt. I thought I'd offer her an extract to soothe the pain.
That's kind of you.
I just hope she doesn't plan on staying burrowed down there like that.
Burrowed.
She looks like she's barely seen the light of day as it is.
You're training?
What else have you been up to?
I've been studying Gaia's seedlings, the subfunctions.
Seedlings.
I wanted to understand why one of them would do what they did to Fa. Imagine my surprise when I looked into this Hephaestus and found out it helped create all machines, our land gods included.
Yeah, that's what we needed.
In a way, the Utaru owe Hephaestus our whole way of life.
Everyone owes everything.
As well as our current troubles.
To Hephaestus and
That's
Gaia.
why we have to make Gaia whole again.
Yep. That's the idea anyway. Well, you still have more to say, huh? Okay.
Learn anything interesting lately?
There's been much to read up on now that Ether has been reunited with Gaia.
Oh, sure.
It's hard to imagine that machines like Stormbirds once helped heal the skies.
I mean...
I used to be terrified of them as a child. Thunder still brings chills to my skin.
Yeah, they were kind of spooky.
But everything Gaia creates has a purpose, no?
Yeah. And if we can get Hephaestus back, she can get those Stormbirds in line.
The thing is that Hephaestus has been making machines where their purpose is kill humans recently, so...
I need to get going.
It's not always.
May the land bloom in your steps.
That would be strange if it did, but thanks anyway. It's not always good news with machine purposes, is all I'm saying. Anyway, I need to go to the basement and to the Gaia. Well, I'm going to talk to Varl and the clone first, I think. Down here? Very good. There we are.
Aloy.
Hey!
Glad you made it back okay.
Yeah, me too. I take it she's inside that room and has locked herself in, something like that? Great.
She panicked after waking up and stumbled down here. I thought it best to wait for you.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'll talk to her.
That should work out great. Oh, wow, the door opened. That wasn't what I expected.
Hello?
What is this place, anyway?
It's Beta, right? My name's Aloy.
You don't seem to be doing so hot.
What's wrong? Is it your injury? Simulacrum withdrawal syndrome.
What?
I don't understand. Sudden removal of a neurologically integrated data device.
Oh, sure.
The brain, especially the cerebellum, goes into a kind of sensory freefall.
That's unpleasant.
Everything real feels unreal. Distant.
That probably doesn't help right now.
Anything that can help? Do you have a focus to spare?
Oh, we got tons.
It's primitive, but I can make it work.
Primitive?
Yeah.
Wait, where did I get that? Do I actually have spares with me? I didn't think I did. Wait, you wear yours on your left temple?
Booting up.
Feeling better? Nice t-shirt. Hi.
So, Aloy, I suppose you want information
Hmm.
about you and the Zeniths? Yeah. Why are they here? What do they want? How did they get you?
Maybe don't overwhelm her.
But let's start at the beginning. I'm guessing they faked the destruction of their ship 1,000 years ago? That seems consistent with their behavior. They wouldn't want to be followed. So far, Zenith established a colony world after all. Yes, for a few hundred years, but it didn't last.
It's interesting.
Some sort of natural disaster rendered it uninhabitable.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay, so the descendants of Far Zenith escaped a dying planet, and now they want to claim Earth for themselves?
Seemingly.
Not their descendants. What? Not their descendants. It's them.
So Ted Faro is
there. The same
there.
ones who left Earth 1,000 years ago. You didn't know?
They figured out how to not die.
How can they still be alive? They don't even look... What do they do to themselves? I believe it's a combination of pharmaceutical, cellular treatments, and technological implants. And you? Does that mean that you're... I'm not like them.
Oh, okay.
I was made. On the way to Earth. On the ship.
Right, in the pods.
I spent years studying in my training interface. All so that I could serve my function.
Right, your function.
Access and control of the terraforming system.
Right.
But why? What do the Zeniths want with it? When I discovered the Zero Dawn system had disseminated into its subcomponents, I thought my purpose was to fix it. But I don't think the Zeniths want that at all.
No.
I think they want to wipe Earth clean and start over.
Yeah, that was the impression I was getting. Yeah, I suppose we do have a lot to talk about. Zenith's plan for Earth.
So the Zeniths want to exterminate life on Earth. That's what Gaia and I concluded too. But why? Why kill everyone just to take over? When they took me on missions with them, I saw how they butchered the tribal people we encountered.
Well, I do that too, but
about a rejuvenated Earth, so I concluded that they must want a hard reboot of the system.
Right.
Then they can redesign it to be exactly what they want.
Right, I suppose.
Mass extinction for their own comfort? Who thinks like that?
Humans.
Well, without their Gaia kernel, they'll have a hard time doing that.
So good job there, I guess. Your role in the Zenith plan.
The Zeniths needed Elizabeth's gene print to access Zero Dawn facilities. So they made you. Trained you.
Wonder where they got Elizabeth.
Went along with it?
Sobek's data.
They told me I was born to interface with the Zero Dawn system.
I mean, how would she know otherwise?
When we reached Earth, I pieced together what must have happened to Gaia and her subordinate functions. That's when I started to realize I wasn't meant to fix Gaia. That they must have made me so I could do what their remote extinction signal failed to do. Reboot Earth for their own benefit.
And thus you escaped. So good job there. Extinction signal.
So you know about the extinction signal? It was speculation, but the only logical conclusion why Gaia suddenly self-destructed after operating efficiently for centuries.
Right.
Gaia would have only undertaken such a desperate course of action if it had detected a threat to life on Earth that was more dangerous than ceasing function altogether. I should have realized that she would also order the recreation of Elizabeth Sobek to rebuild her.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, well, surprise.
Hello. So I take it you running into me that one time was what spurred your efforts to leave the Zeniths, I guess? Good job again with that. About the Zeniths.
So we're dealing with the same Far Zenith people who once lived on Earth. What else do you know about them? They were some of the most affluent and powerful people on Earth. They controlled almost every major resource, every industry. Gerard commands them. He's the one who decided to set up a base. The others, Eric, Tilda, Verbena.
She's dead.
They resent his authority over them, but in the end, they always do what he says.
Verbena's dead. Does that help?
He's the one I fought back in the Hades Proving Lab. He enjoys hurting people.
Yes, it's true.
I know.
So they're all 1,000 years old and thus a little bit crazy. I wonder if that's factoring into their personality problems. Zenith base.
You mentioned the Zenith set up a base here on Earth. Where is it? Off the coast, I think.
That'll make it hard to access.
Whenever I had to go on missions, I was transported inside of a Spectre drone. I couldn't see anything outside. But I did overhear the Zeniths talking about it once. They were discussing setting up a perimeter energy shield to repel the local fauna. I'm certain they have other security measures. Spectre patrols, machine lures.
Machine lures?
It must be impregnable.
I mean,
what's inside the base? Launch facilities, so they can shuttle back and forth to their ship in orbit. Plus infrastructure to gather materials and fabricate anything they need.
Okay.
Are there more Zeniths than the ones you met? I'm not sure. I suppose there must be more of them in the base or back on the ship. For all I know, there could be more of them out in space. They're survivors of the colony.
That would make sense. Also, I suppose they could, if they can recreate you, they can possibly recreate their own. So I wonder if we're going to run into Verbena eventually anyway. Zenith Colony!
You said the Zenith's colony in the Sirius system was destroyed. What happened? All I was ever told was that a natural disaster forced them to leave Sirius. I've speculated that it was an extrasolar object or a cataclysmic seismic event. Or maybe even an abnormally violent coronal mass ejection from Sirius A.
Okay.
The Zeniths never told you any details.
Why would they?
The only thing that mattered was that they survived.
Well, yeah, that's how they think.
First Earth, 1,000 years ago, and then Sirius. Guess they survived old age, too.
Seems like it. So, your escape?
How did you escape the Zeniths? Before the Hades Proving Lab, I never thought I'd get away from them. Even if I were to run. I'd never survive on my own in the wilds. But then I saw you. And I thought that maybe you could help me.
Yeah, it turns out you were right.
So when the Zeniths pinpointed Aluthia's location in the biomedical research facility, I saw an opportunity.
So Aluthia was there and they took it. Got it. Okay, opportunity to escape?
You said you saw an opportunity to escape when you went to capture Aluthia. What did you do, exactly? Whenever I was taken out on a mission to recover a subordinate function, only one of the Zeniths would go with me. The one the rebels killed, outside the facility.
Verbena.
Verbena's dead? How did they bypass her shield?
That's a great question.
I'm looking into it. But you were talking about your escape? Well, when it was time to use the Zenith's transmitter to send Aluthia back to base, I also sent the encrypted transmission.
Right.
Then I distracted Verbena long enough to seal myself in the ectogenic chamber, altering the facility's log so it appeared that there were only 236 containers.
Got it.
And the Gaia root kernel? I told them I could capture Aluthia faster if I had it with me, and they believed me.
That's convenient.
Well
done. Your origins.
You said you were born on the way to Earth. In an artificial womb, I'm guessing? The Zeniths had an ectogenic chamber aboard the ship.
They would, I suppose.
An updated version of the one you found me in. They must have used a stored sample of Elizabeth's DNA.
Got it.
I doubt Elizabeth would have let them take her DNA. Do you know how they got it? That wasn't part of the archive I was allowed to access.
That is unsurprising. The archive.
You said you spent years studying in a training interface. Was this archive you mentioned part of that?
Do you mind if I sit here?
But only the parts I was permitted to access.
Right.
Aristotle and Aspasia, the avatars of the archive, would assign me learning modules and evaluate my progress.
Because they had Apollo working on the ship.
Names. They were designed to be the virtual guides for the Apollo database.
Right, we've already mentioned they had the Apollo database.
Ted Faro purged it.
Right, he wouldn't purge his own copy.
Have a copy. So it still exists. And you got to learn from it.
Apparently.
Only what was deemed pertinent to the mission.
But it's better than nothing.
If I requested information outside of my parameters, my tutors would deny it.
Got it.
To have all that knowledge just out of reach must have been frustrating.
Helpless gesture. Alright, I'll let you rest then.
Alright, I think that's enough for now. Do you want to come upstairs, or... So how long?
How long until what?
You know, your plan. How long before Gaia's fabricated a machine army to defeat the Zeniths?
Well, I mean, we have to work on it.
Optimal strategy, so? Well, I still have to get 2 more subordinate functions before Gaia's powerful enough to absorb Hephaestus.
You're very smart, you know that?
What? You don't have Hephaestus already?
No, we don't have Hephaestus already.
Still figuring out how to capture it. It's not confined to a single location. Of course not.
Why are you so angry?
You didn't even know who the Zeniths really are.
Of course we didn't. We don't have Apollo.
You're supposed to be further along by now.
Right, but we're not.
Coming here was a mistake. They're gonna find me.
You're gonna be fine.
They're gonna find this place and take me back. This was all for nothing.
Not necessarily.
They're not going to find us. Gaia's using Minerva to mask our location.
What difference does it make? You're too far behind. We're never going to beat them. Everything. Everyone. They're going to die.
I mean, we did kill one of them.
Calm down. You're here now, right? So is there anything you can do to help?
Aside from
I have
panic.
certain knowledge sets.
I suppose you do.
And given your state of progress, expertise you probably lack.
I guess.
Geoengineering, of course. Computer science, physics, biology, chemistry.
Neat.
Okay. Well, See if you can do something with that. Talk to Gaia.
She knows about these things.
I'll check on you later.
And try to calm down, yeah? Cool, well that went well.
Go.
Her injury's not that bad, but I think she regrets coming here. Feeling might be mutual.
I mean, you are the same person, so...
I'll come back later and talk to her. See if I can learn anything.
Yeah, good luck with that. She's a bit of a... She's gonna take work.
Should get the weapon fragment to Gaia.
That's probably not the right way to word it. She's going to have to do some work in order to be able to tolerate what life is now going to be for her, I suspect. But, you know what? It's still probably better than what she had going on. And I'd imagine she's going to be a pretty valuable person to have around in the long run.
That's what the data says.
Oh, look, Varl wants to talk.
I'm telling you, it's a drink, but it's soft.
How is it soft?
That's a good question.
It says here it had bubbles in it?
You know, which makes it
Well,
soft.
We can't expect to make sense out of everything the old ones did.
That's true. I don't understand it myself. Why are some alcohols considered dry? That doesn't make sense either, but whatever. Hello, Varl.
Hey, you and Aaron okay?
Nothing some rest can't take care of.
Good.
Are you okay? This beta thing, it's a lot. Even for you.
Yeah, you could say.
Just trying to take it one step at a time.
Fair enough. If you need anything, just let me know.
Yeah, okay, thanks, man. Companions?
How's everyone dealing with Beta?
I tried explaining what a clone is to Aaron. He was totally lost.
Oh, he'll get there.
Then Zoe said something about 2 trees coming from 1 seed. That seemed to help a bit.
Okay. Whatever helps, I guess. Anything else to say?
I see everyone's settling in.
Zoe's planning on bringing all kinds of plants in here.
That sounds in character.
Says a home should always spring with life anew.
Aha.
I asked Aaron to help find some. I think he'd rather stick his head into a snap mall.
Still, it's not a bad idea. Should liven up the place.
After a fashion. You training?
It's good to see you and Zoe enjoying yourselves.
We're learning a lot. I've actually been looking through the data to find ideas for a gift. Thank her for helping me study the glyphs.
Have you considered some of these ancient watches?
World that she's never seen before.
Okay, then they're probably not the watches.
I found out they gave each other stuffed animals.
Sure.
If you ask me, stuffing a dead animal with
that is not
anything,
what that means.
Really, doesn't sound like a good time for anybody.
That's...
Maybe Gaia can help you find something else.
Yeah, and not me, specifically. Bye.
I should get back to the wilds.
You should.
I'll keep an eye on Beta. Make sure she's comfortable.
Okay, have fun with that. I need to go talk to Gaia. Let me go do that. Oh, I suppose I also need to check in with Skotalo at some point here, but first Gaia. Hello, Gaia. I'm back. I brought you a thing. Hopefully you can make head or tails of it.
Aloy, I see we have a new guest. So now we know the origin of the transmission.
You could say that.
Yeah. I also recovered this.
I don't know what it
The weapon it
is.
was part of somehow stripped Zenith of its shield, but it malfunctioned and blew up. If we can recreate the weapon and improve it, maybe we'll gain the upper hand on the Zenith.
That would be helpful.
A moment. I will scan it.
I hope you're better at it than I am.
Complete. By combining the results with data from your focus, I can infer that the weapon was highly advanced, comparable to Zenith technology. But not how it worked.
What do you mean?
Did the explosion corrupt the data?
It was only a catalyst. The moment the weapon malfunctioned, it appears a command executed to purge all data within its core.
Silence.
Ostensibly, this was to prevent the weapon's secrets from falling into enemy hands.
Silence did this.
Whoever designed this weapon knew how to cover their tracks.
Silence did this.
Silence.
Yeah.
Based on your data on him, that is my conclusion as well.
So he's working on...
not going to cooperate with us.
Well, I mean...
Well, it was worth a shot. But that's not all.
You might get him to
the
cooperate with you eventually.
Along with Artemis and Apollo.
That is unfortunate. However, our original plan remains unchanged.
Right.
The 2 remaining subordinate functions should increase my heuristic processing density enough to absorb Hephaestus.
Provided they don't find him first.
Right. One problem at a time. Well, I guess I better get back out there.
I guess you better.
I wish you luck on your search.
I'd imagine you do. Thanks. Right.
Thanks, Gaia. So I guess we won't be making use of Cylon's weapon.
I guess not.
Now there is another clone of Elizabeth here with us.
Indeed there is.
But I can't let it distract me. I still have 2 more subfunctions to get.
Yep, you sure do. How you doing, Aaron?
It's a little loud, Aaron.
I
know. It makes you want to punch something.
More like someone.
Yeah, that seems...
You're the one that helped me find it.
I'm sure he doesn't regret it at all. How do you, he's doing arm motions as if he was doing a trap set. How do you know that, Aaron? Are there video files you've been watching? Yeah, probably. He's enjoying himself, at least. That's great. And I see Zoe has a quest for me. But right now what we're doing is stopping. Because it's been 2 hours and holy crud, we need to stop. So, this is not the right way. This is not the right way. Where's the exit? This is the stairs. This is... Wait, that is the exit. That is the exit. Someone just put stuff in the hallway, so I got confused. That's exactly what happened. They put a bunch of rolls and sticks and I don't know. They're putting stuff in the hallway. It's fine. It's lived in. It makes sense. They would look lived in because it is lived in. Okay, wow. We did a lot of stuff today. We did a lot of important stuff, and we got a new companion who is me, and is but smarter than me, but weaker than me, and also a lot more prone to panic attacks than me, which is understandable under the circumstances. But in any case, that's cool, I guess. That said, we did not get a new way to traverse the terrain, which means my initial goal here was not achieved, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. We still did some important stuff. Important things happened, and I figured out more about the base, I guess, which is also good, I guess. So, thank you for watching. Next time, I don't even know where we're starting next time. I'll have to work on that in the meantime, but we'll figure something out, I'm sure. There's so much to do. There's so much. All right, I'll see you next time.